Hello, my name is Alec. Welcome to Science. Today we're going to play detectives. We're going to have a look at the mysterious UV light and see if we can uncover any mysteries. We're also going to see whether UV light is practical around the home. My mum found this torch on Amazon for £5 and we thought we might buy it so that we could see the home in a new light, literally. So before we start our explorations, let's briefly talk about what UV light is. UV light is a type of electromagnetic radiation, and in the spectrum it falls in between visible light and invisible X-rays. Because all light, visible or invisible, are waves, scientists can measure and compare lights by the length of their waves and also the frequency. According to the USA Navy's ultraviolet radiation guide, UV light is divided into 3 bands: UVA, UVB, UVC. This particular torch is, according to the USA Navy's ultraviolet radiation guide, is in the first band with the wavelengths of 395 nanometers. The biggest source of UV light around us is the sun. The sun's UV light is invisible to human eye and is responsible for causing suntans and sunburns. Sometimes in the summer we wear UV protection cream to protect us from UV light, as too much of it will cause sunburn and potentially could cause skin cancer. However, a body does need some UV light because the body uses it to make vitamin D, which is useful for strengthening bones and lots of other things. Most of the UV light from the sun is UVA and 5% of it is UVB. Because of their properties, some types of UV light are used in hospitals and for disinfection because they kill bacteria. The UV light from this particular torch is visible to human eye and very soft, which means it's not very dangerous and therefore safe to use. So now it's the detective part. Many things around us, such as minerals, some chemicals and plants, are fluorescent. Fluorescent things take in invisible UV light and turn it into visible light, which they immediately let out. That is why they appear to glow. Actually, they're just letting off light, which they've captured. That is why they're often used for high visibility vests and signs on the road, because they appear to be glowing and therefore are better seen. I've invited my brother Henry to be my assistant, and I'm going to show you some of the toys that I brought from my room. This one looks like this in a normal light. Henry, can you now turn the torch on? Let's have a look at what it looks like in a UV light. Look, this General Grievous in a normal light is rather not very interesting, but look what happens when the UV light turned on. 2 of his lightsabers start to glow.
But they pretend they are real.
Yeah, they do look a bit more real, like that. They definitely glow, don't they? The first application with the toys was just for fun, but the second application is actually a lot more useful because you can find out whether your money is forged or whether it's not. Because money looks different, or paper money at least, looks different under UV light. I've got a £50 note and a £20 note here so that you can have a look at them. So Henry, this is what they look like under a normal light. Now let's turn on the UV light. Henry, let's just lift it up a little bit. Look, there's a 50 here and these are also shining gold.
And these.
Yeah, there are also those dots all over it. Lots of documents are also UV protected, such as British passports and driving licences. Henry, can you turn the UV light on so that we can have a look at the passport? Let's now have a look at the driving licence. Look, actually rather beautiful, isn't it? It's got these lines down here and lines down here, and they've also got that decorative wheel. Let's turn it off and let's have a look. Can you see that wheel? I can't.
It's gone.
As we know the properties of UV light, I wanted to check whether if we put any sun cream on my hand and placed it on a piece of paper, whether it would make any marks that were visible under UV light. So let's see if there are any marks. Henry, can you shine? As you can see, my handprint, or the place where my hand was, is actually a lot darker than the paper around it. Have a look around your home and see what you can find. If you play detectives and use UV light to inspect, you may see a lot more things than you can see under normal eyes. UV light can also detect urine and saliva as well as blood, which is why the police often use it at crime scenes. This evening we're going to be roaming round our forest and seeing what we can see under UV light. One of our neighbours also have cats, and so we're going to see where they mark their territory, and we also have a visiting fox, and we're going to see where its territory is, or where it counts its territory to be at least. We're also going to have a look outside in front of our house at the telegraph pole where dogs often mark their own territory. This application is useful because it means that sometimes it's very smelly, which is why we often want to clean it, but since we don't know where it is, we can't clean it because we can't see it. Now it's dark and we've gone out to see what we can see using UV light. We can see some dog urine, which the dogs were obviously using to mark their territory. That looks like another dog mark. This was an interesting expedition as we saw some interesting things, and why don't you try it at your own home as well? And please tell me what you find. Hope to see you again soon. Bye!